Hi, I'm Gina George, one half of the interim artistic directing team here at Magenta Theater and director of 13 Spooky Stories. We have 11 actors that have adapted and recorded and acted in their own spooky stories. They're amazing. So please, if you can, and you enjoy watching them as much as we enjoyed filming them, please give a little donation so we can continue to bring you some fun content. These stories are appropriate for kids about 10 and older, but please, if you think that they can't handle it, review it yourself first. So, sit back, relax, and enjoy 13 Spooky Stories.
Gather around, children. I want to tell you a story. It's about Maddie and Sue. They were the two best friends. They did everything together. They went to the same school. They played on the same sports teams. They played games together. They did everything together. They were the best of friends. Well, one night, Sue was spending the night at Maddie's house, and they decided they wanted to tell a ghost story. And Maddie remembers a story that her older brother told her about how if you took a knife and stabbed it into a grave, the person buried there would reach up, grab you, and pull you down into the grave. Well, Sue didn't believe the story, and Maddie agreed, but she was still afraid, even if it was just a story. Well, Sue laughed and said, "Ha, I don't believe it. It's just a hoax. I would do it." So Maddie decided she was going to call Sue's bluff and dared her to go down to the cemetery, down the street in the dark of night. Well, they go down to the kitchen. Well, they find a flashlight, a knife. And as they're sitting there, Maddie begins to think, this dare is silly. And she gets a little concerned and scared for Sue. And she begs Sue not to go. But Sue says, it's just a hoax. And off into the dark night she goes. Well, after a little while, Maddie's sitting at the kitchen table. And 15 minutes goes by and there's no Sue. 20 minutes goes by, still no Sue. Well, after 30 minutes, Maddie is really concerned and scared for her friend. So she runs upstairs, wakes up her parents in their bedroom, and crying into her mother's arm, she tells her mom and dad what had happened. And with that, her father runs down the stairs, grabs the flashlight, and off into the dark night, down to the cemetery he goes. Well, after a little while, Maddie's father comes home. He's all pale and shaken, and in a solemn voice, he tells Maddie and her mother what he had found. He had found Sue all right, dead on a grave with completely white hair. Although police were called, after listening to Maddie's explanation, they decided that Sue's death was an accident. That Sue went to grab the knife, and as she went to stab it into the grave, she froze in fear. She couldn't move, thinking that a hand from underneath grabbed her. She died of fright. Ha!